This video is to walk you through how to add ribbing to a garment sketch. On Blackboard in the Assignment 3 folder, I've also added a handout that you can also work with. This video will actually take you through the various steps, so either one that works for you, please go ahead and refer to. So to add ribbing to any part of a sketch or the entire sketch, the first thing I always do is I will select it and ungroup it. Then I'll pull the various pieces apart. And I'm going to start with adding ribbing just to the front section of this garment. So everything is filled with white with a black stroke. I'm then going to add in a horizontal line with the pen tool, and I'm going to make the line wider than the sketch, about halfway down, so it's in the middle. Okay. So I'll left click on one side, hold down the shift key, that will give me a perfectly horizontal line. Left click on the right side, then I will select that line. Then I'm going to use the stroke window. So go to Window, come down to Stroke, and we're going to work with the dashed line component, which we've worked with before. So left click on the dashed line box, and you can change the dash and the gap depending on how you want the ribbing to look, whether you want it very narrow or you want it wider. So at this point I'm going to have a dash of 2, and I'll put in a gap of 4, and then I'm going to come up to the weight and expand it, and you can see that the line grows. Okay, if I make the line 400 points tall, it's now large enough to cover the shape, which is what I needed to do. It's a little heavy for the ribbing, so what I can do is I can increase the gap between the lines. I'll make it 10, and that will space it out a little bit more. With this selected, I'll go to Object, Arrange, and send it to the back so it's behind the shape. I'm going to pull off all the other parts so they don't get caught up as I try to select both the lines and the shape. So with the selection tool, drag a box around the shape and the lines, then come up to Object, come down to Clipping Mask, over to Make, and you'll see the lines clip into the shape of the garment. Now in the process, it changes your fill and your stroke. So to redefine that with a color, left click on the stroke, bring that to the front, make it black. Then on the fill color, bring the fill to the front, left click on that, open up your window for swatches, and you can now fill that garment with a color with the black ribbing. Okay, so you can essentially do the same technique adding ribbing to any shape whatsoever, starting with the line, making sure you have no fill color, just the black stroke. Work with the stroke window, dash the line, increase the weight so it's tall enough to cover that shape. Go to Object, Arrange, send it to the back. Then select both the shape and the lines. Go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make, and it clips it into that shape. Redefine your black outline. Fill the color into the shape. And you can essentially do this for any shape whatsoever. Okay, adding it to the sleeve. I'll put it at a little bit of an angle because the sleeve is bent. Select it, dash it, expand it, increase the number depending on what you need it to do. Object arrange and send to the back. Select the lines and the back. Go to Object, Clipping Mask Make. Redefine your outline color. Fill your fill color. And you've now added it to the sleeve. Okay? So if you have any questions as you're working on this, you can always email me, attach the file, and I'll try to help you sort it out. Thanks so much. This is Professor Higdon. I hope this helps.